Miss Kosh, you are the main lead role in this play, Noor Inayat Khan. Why did you accept this role? What inspired you to accept?
So I originally auditioned for Vinita for an act, and on the day of my audition, me and Vinita had a very long talk about the role and the project and really what she was trying to do. And really from our first conversation, she had me hooked. And I felt that this was an incredibly important story to tell and that I was in a position to tell it. And I wanted to take advantage of that. And I'm really, really proud of the work that we're doing.
You fit into the role very well of a background of Noor, who's half Indian and half British. No, half American, sorry. And what part of the role did you like playing the best?
I mean, there's so many facets to Noor's personality. They're just absolutely incredible. I mean, I think it was incredible to me what a beautiful artist she was and what a poetic person she was. And that, you know, in addition to our similarities, you know, having Indian parentage and an American maternal family, that we're both artists, we're both poets, we're both writers, and we're both also incredibly politically active and engaged and want to make a difference in the world around us. So all of those were huge for me.
Share with the audience a little bit about the story.
Yeah, so Noor has an incredible background. She was actually born in Moscow, and then she grew up between England and France. And during the start of World War II, she was in France, and her family had to move to England. And there, she enlisted in the military, and she became an SOE officer, and she became a spy, a radio operator stationed in Paris. And so this play really captures so much of her story, you know, her childhood as well as her move to England, her enlisting in the SOE, and her incredible success as a spy stationed in Paris, and then also, unfortunately, her betrayal and her eventual execution.
This is your first play with an act. You're acting with an act. What have you done before?
Before this, I have acted with a couple of plays with Natak. One most recently in the fall of last year is the Mela. And I had a 10-year break before that. I had done a couple of plays in the 2004-05 time frame. I took a long break, various reasons, but then I'm back in the theater fold again.
So this is a freelance acting. You can go anywhere and act, not connected to an act.
Some of the actors sometimes just do. I mean, like they audition, they find the best roles. You don't get necessarily to cast in every role that you audition for, right? Like you have to be the character, and the director will have to say, okay, this is the person that can perform the role. And so yeah, so you if you're an actor, then you do try to go with different companies.
Your role here, why don't you talk to us about your role in this movie, Noor's dad, right?
Yes. You can think of it as Noor's dad, or you can think of it as Hazrat Inayat Khan in his own right, because Hazrat Inayat Khan, he's a larger than life human being. He's a great musician. He has lineage from on his parental side. He has it from the Afghans and Pashtuns, and the maternal side from Tipu Sultan. And he passes those genes on to Noor, and she displays that all the way there. He's a great musician. He blends music and religion, which is Sufism, into one, and he brings out the fact that life is all filled with music and sound, and his philosophy is phenomenal, and his principles on Sufism founded the Universal Sufi Institute on the West, and it is still thriving. And he's been so powerful a character that not only him, but his sons and his grandchildren are still pursuing the path of Sufism.
You married an American, so that's how.
In the play, yes, my wife is Amina Begum, but born Ora Baker in the U.S. And so yeah, so and apparently a person practicing Sufi can also fall in love.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to have you here with us again.
You're welcome. No, you just have a wonderful set of plays all the time. We want to cover all, but we cannot. But I mean, this is one. I found the story very interesting, which is why I said let's go and cover this. So tell us how did you learn about Noor Inayat Khan? What inspired you to make this?
Yeah, you know what? The reason I'm doing this play is because I didn't know anything about her. And when I found out about her, I thought, oh my gosh, everybody should know about her. So 3 years ago, I got an email from a friend who said, look what's playing in New York. And it looks like something that Enact would be interested in. And I clicked this link, and there was this play reading of a play called SOUNDWAVES, The Passion of Noor Inayat Khan. And, you know, we'd just done Noor Jahan, the story of before, and I said, who is this Noor? And then I started to read, and then there was Wikipedia, and then I looked at all the war decorations that she had got, you know, the George Cross for Bravery, a stamp issued by the Royal Mail in Britain in her honor. She has a plaque at Dachau. In France, they give her the Croix de Guerre, which is the highest honor of bravery. And every year on Bastille Day, the French military band comes and plays in front of her house in her honor for the work that she did for the French resistance. The whole of Europe was celebrating. Princess Anne unveiled a statue of her in London. And we don't know anything about her. It's just incredible. So I very quickly wrote to the playwright, and then he started sending me information about her. And it was a little surreal. It was a little weird because I had lived in Paris for 13 years. And I had been living and working in the exact same places where Noor had lived. Oh my God. And Karlsruhe, where she was sent by the Germans, you know, by the Gestapo, was the first place I had visited in Germany because my father worked there just after the war. Wow. And then, you know, I got all goosebumpy, and I said, something's calling me to tell this story. Yeah, it's just a little beyond me.
It's incredible that you know French, German, Spanish, I believe, right? All the languages.
I do, yes, yes. And a little bit of Indonesian.
Oh my God, that's incredible. So now today is the opening night. So how do you feel right now?
Oh my God, I tell everybody I'm calm, but I'm always a duck on opening night. I'm very calm on the outside, and then underwater my legs are there might be duck legs and there might be butterflies, but they're churning around in my stomach. But this is an amazing cast. You know, we have 15 people and we have 23 dancers, and they just come together beautifully.
Mrs. Singh, today your paintings are just awesome. Now, do you live here?
No, I don't live here. I've been living in South Africa for 20 years.
Visiting right now?
I'm just visiting, and I'll be showing my works here, then going to Chicago and showing my works in Chicago as well.
So how long are you here?
Just another 4 days.
Another 4 days?
Yes.
So what is the inspiration behind your paintings?
I've been painting since I was a child, and I'm a self-taught artist, and I have brought some of my Indian ethnic works here. But if you see, there's a touch of Africa, so the bright colors, the inspiration comes from Africa, though India is equally bright. There's no dearth of color in India. And I've brought some portraiture, some figurative work to show the people of India to the Indians living here.
How did you connect with Vinita?
Vinita is my niece.
Oh, yeah, she's your niece.
She's my niece.
Yeah.
So she invited me. She was in India in February. So she invited me to showcase my work in California.
She combined it with her play.
She combined it with her play, but I've recently exhibited at UNESCO Paris, main headquarters, along with another 12 international artists, and my work was appreciated there. So I do a lot of abstract work now, and obviously figurative work, which is the love of my life. So this is just...
So you convert your paintings into coasters and all. Do you do on saris?
This is actually my daughter's inspiration. So she thought, you know, that people would like to maintain a memento. Everyone can't really afford a full piece of art, but they will have a memento of my art here.
How much would that cost?
That is 2,500. I've tried to price them reasonably. That is almost 6 feet by 4 feet. You know, so it's a large painting. There are 3 large paintings, and the rest are about 44 by 38 inches or 24 by 36, which are standard sizes. But there are some large works as well, and there are some diptychs.
Is the money going towards Vinita's
Yes, it's going to Maitri. Yes, I'm donating to Maitri. Yes, the proceeds will go to Maitri.